Welcome to this lecture on FinTech product development, where we'll walk through the core principles that shape successful financial products. In the next few minutes, you'll get a high-level view of compliance, user research, architecture, and go-to-market thinking, so you can understand how regulated trust and rapid product adoption come together in practice. Compliance must be embedded from day one, with standards like PSD2, PCI DSS, GDPR, and local AML directly influencing feature design, while early dialogue with regulators and sandbox milestones reduces uncertainty and helps protect licenses, budgets, and brand trust through proactive alignment rather than retroactive fixes. Understanding user needs starts with pain points like peace of mind, status, and cash flow speed. And using methods such as ethnographic interviews, diary studies, and open banking data to reveal churn drivers. The research often highlights hidden fees, slow refunds, and rejected loans as the biggest friction points to address. Microlearning inside the app, bite-sized tutorials at first use, just-in-time tips with spaced repetition, and gamified quizzes streamlines onboarding and drives outcomes you can measure, including markedly higher activation rates, faster time to value for users, and reduced support volumes as customers become more autonomous and effective. Day Zero risk mapping links customer, regulator, and partner exposures into a single risk map so teams can identify issues early, and the core flow strategy then establishes guardrails like defining a single core flow, hard-coding safety checks, logging everything, and using synthetic data to simulate audits before pushing production code. A double-entry ledger prevents money leaks by keeping transactions in a pending state until posted, using immutable journals and idempotent references to ensure consistency. On the audit side, features like T+0 reconciliation, dispute holds, and rollback triggers create a clear, auditable trail that satisfies external examiners and preserves financial integrity. Resilient, scalable infrastructure combines containerized microservices, event streaming, and infrastructure as code to enable elastic scaling and region failover, while domain isolation and blast radius control separate payment, identity, and analytics domains, so failures are contained and services remain available under load or during outages. Real-time risk scoring relies on live feature stores feeding gradient-boosted trees and transformer models to deliver a risk score in milliseconds, and a continuous retraining pipeline reduces false positives by leveraging labeled outcomes while keeping retraining automated, so there is no added friction for users during model updates. FinTech economics blends multiple revenue streams interchange, FX spread, SaaS fees, and float against customer acquisition cost targets, like a 12-month CAC recovery, to build a sustainable growth base, while a contribution margin model factors in processing costs, fraud loss, and capital reserves to prove net sustainable margins at scale. Regional strategy must account for licensing passports, local card schemes, and emerging CBDC pilots, so the recommended approach is to partner with sponsor banks early, to secure BIN sponsorship, and to build a country-configurable core that allows swap-in rules per market without rebuilding, enabling faster, lower-risk expansion. Synthesize user research, compliance mapping, ledger design, fraud engine capabilities, and revenue forecasts into a concise 5-minute investor deck that tells a clear narrative, validated product-market fit, regulatory readiness, key metrics, and a scalable path to acquisition and retention that supports a credible route to 1 million users. The FinTech success formula balances regulated trust with delightful speed by validating risk assumptions early, instrumenting every transaction to capture data, teaching users in micro moments to increase activation, and scaling revenue before geography, so the product is both trusted and fast as it expands globally.